Hello, Vernon. Can you hear me now?
Might be the rain. Because it's peeing down here in Australia. Why the mechanics are still in their t-shirts, we don't know.
With no umbrellas, I mean, there's such a thing as a gazebo nowadays. Most Formula 1 teams have them.
Yeah, I think actually that they was brought in after a race in Australia, weren't they? A wet race in Australia.
Was it possibly? Oh no, it might have been Canada when they had that 2-hour red flag.
Canada, yeah,
something like that. Yeah.
I think
I'm just going to jump back into thing. We've got 3.5 minutes left, so I'll jump back when I've started the race. And Vern can hear us now, so you can talk to him.
Oh, wonderful! He'll love that. So sorry about that, guys, if you missed a bit of the commentary there from the qualifying session. Had quite an interesting time out.
Hey guys, can you hear me? Hello? I can't speak to them, Demon, but I'm just going to start this race.
Okay.
We've had 6 minutes now, so...
More than enough time.
Yeah, we've got a formation lap as well, just in case. But it's absolutely pouring down here.
Okay. I've got to do shipping up. I don't envy the drivers on the grid today.
Intermediates will be alright, but this doesn't look great at all.
I think it's going to be a full wet start, which isn't the best conditions in the world. So here we go with the formation lap of the first GP2 race of 2016. And obviously we're not privy to any weather information down here in the com box at this time. We're kind of hoping it won't be a wet race from start to finish. Hopefully they'll be able to get onto the slick tyres at some point.
Well, this is what we saw last week, didn't we? It started wet and it dried up.
Yeah, that was round about sort of lap 20, 30, was it? My memory's a little bit hazy from last week, Dave.
It was kind of like about a third of the way into the race.
Okay.
some drivers manage to do it on one set of intermediates. Some drivers stop for a set of intermediates, a second set. Some drivers came in a little bit too early for the dry tyre.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah,
sliding around a bit too much. So timing is pretty crucial.
Yeah, making that switch over is probably one of the toughest decisions you got to make, because, like you say, you do it too early and you go backwards. You do it too late and you go backwards.
Get it right, and you can win the money.
Get it right, and it's absolutely it can propel you up the position table.
Well, according to this graphic, Solman is on the super soft tyre. That would be very interesting if he was not on a set of wets.
Yeah, I don't think you can change that, can you? I think you can change it. I mean, you can change that.
Let's find out. According to my graphic, yeah.
One analyze gone off at centre.
Here we go. So
we've got Barley just coming up now, forming up grid.
Two Mercedes, a Red Bull, and a Ferrari. Yeah, Solman is on the super soft tyre.
That is a big roll of the dice. I've got to be honest with you, Dave, from where I'm sitting, probably not the best move, Solman, I'm sorry to say, mate.
If odds very much stacked against him.
And they head off down to turn 1. Oh, we've got a little bit of a collision down at turn 1. We've got one of the Toro Rossos and a Williams, it looked like. We've got Mike Mayhem out. Sorry, Dave 1025 out in the lead. He's gone a little bit deep there.
And these two guys are side by side.
He's allowed his teammate to sneak through. He's got the inside there, wheel to wheel. Mayhem's gone a little bit wide. Gives that back to Dave. Oh, the two Mercedes drivers there dicing with death. I'm fairly sure the Mercedes team boss will be angry.
Well, he'll be saying as long as they don't take each other out, that's the most important thing. They're still going at it, and this Red Bull is right behind them.
Got a bit of history. He's gone deep into Clark's. She's in the gravel. Dave's losing back into third now. He joins in third place. That was costing a mistake, Dave.
Is now attacking for the lead.
It looks terrible out there. There's cars up and down the field, running wide, sliding off. We've got a little bit of a battle going down with 8th and 7th with Breda and Mike. Looks like they're struggling to find a bit of traction, the pair of them.
Oh, and Solman tired.
We maybe have our first incident there with Solman. We probably thought it was going to be maybe asking a bit too much of the super soft tyres in these conditions. I'm fairly sure that might have been an accident. We might have missed with Solman there. But I'm going to concentrate back on the leader, Mike Mayhem, crossing the start-finish line, start lap 2. Looks like he's got that a bit dialed in now after the first lap, finding out where the grip is. Very interesting to see that. And it looks like these guys have got their gear numbers on their steering wheels, which is going to bode well.
Yeah, you definitely need to be in the right gear in the rain, because
yes.
There is a spinning right up.
Well, I think Mike now, and we've got a Williams in the pit. Sparling's pitted. I think he's gone onto a fresh set of wets. I think it might be for a nose change. Didn't actually see him lose any bodywork, but he exits the pit in 9th position. He's a little bit of a way down now. Mike Mayhem getting pestered by the Red Bull.
Ooh, this Red Bull. Yeah, he's all over his gearbox.
It's Dino, right?
Dino, yeah.
I'm just trying to... Yeah, it's Dino. He's pushing him. He knows Now I've got Dino down here in 3rd place, but it's actually 2nd. Mike Mayhem's in 1st.
There was a bit of a glitch when the Williams went into the pits. He's
went
showing
into
first,
the pits.
So
that's right. Yeah. Oh,
around.
and Mike's gone wide. Ooh. It's gone wide in
the Red Bull's in the lead.
They've been a bit wide into Ascari. It's a tricky corner. The Red Bull now takes the lead. He locks
and
up.
He's gone wide.
He's into the grass in the centre. He's gone a bit wide.
Is he going to maintain the lead?
Mercedes the opportunity. Oh, Mike's looking around the outside. He's coming down the back straight. Obviously no DRS with the wet weather.
Just maintains it.
He's going to sit in his slipstream. Is he going to be cheeky and pull out a move and dive down the outside? He's looking. He's got his nose there. He's looked. He thinks better of it. Honour being the better part of valour. Sitting behind the Red Bull now. He knows it's only a mistake away. Can Dino hang on to it? Oh, he locks
very
up.
Defensive there. Oh, he spun it. He must have locked the rear.
It's an accident. They're off. Dino's out. He's out. He's taking a wheel.
I think, yeah, that has taken a corner off.
The Red Bull's out. What unbelievable. I'm fairly sure there'll be some discussions after that.
Well, that's a difficult one.
A little bit.
He'd locked his rears up, hadn't he? So he was out control of the car and was right on the racing line there. So
he was. Did he make any contact with the Mercedes? Did it cause any damage to the Mercedes? I know there was a little bit of contact there, but did it actually take any damage off the Mercedes? I'm looking. The engineer's looking around the car now. It doesn't look like anything's been touched. Luckily enough, it looks like he's survived that. Maybe a little bit of a nibble out the floor, but.
2 Mercedes up front. We've got Ferrari in 3rd. Brian battling with Mike. Brian's just spun as well. And I think there's been a collision between Mike and Romano.
Yeah, I think Breda and Mike Whiteside there. Breda slowing up, letting Mike back through, which is obviously the law. If you do make contact, and it was your fault, you must let the other driver through. Fair racing is what we're all about here at Race Station.
I think these drivers are finding this conditions a little bit tricky, to say the least.
Dave, I think even, it's awful out there. As I said to you before, I don't...
Just seen Brian go way off track as well. He's struggling.
I don't think...
Oh, and Hutherland looks like he's on a super soft set of tyres.
Oh no, I've actually still got him on the wets on my screen.
Yeah, he seems to be on track.
I can see him on the full wets.
There's definitely a glitch
He's coming
going on.
down the back straight now, yeah. He's in 6th place, Prubber.
Yeah,
Brian Johnson now coming into the pits, forcing the crew readying up. It looks like they're readying up with a fresh set of tyres. He's got no damage to his bodywork.
Oh, he doesn't have damage because he was off the track.
No, doesn't look like there's any damage.
Reader's just come off in turn 1, so Putherland's up into 5th position.
And they put in a fresh set of wets though. Surely the tyres aren't burning out.
Well, they would have done it anyway.
3 laps.
If you come into the pits for damage, they will automatically change your tyres. So maybe there was a bit of damage going on there.
But you're right, we are getting a bit of a glitch with the leaders here because it's now shown that Brian's in 1st place.
This is what causes the issues with the safety car, because if someone pits, it messes up the positioning.
Yeah, but without a doubt, we've still got Mike Mayhem in the Mercedes in 1st place.
It will shift back. It will sort itself out.
We have still. He's got quite a commanding lead there. He's probably got 6 seconds from his teammate. Is this maybe some team strategy going on here? Maybe being told to hold station. Is it a case of one's a bit faster in the wet than the other?
Well, last week it was Dave who was the quickest guy in the wet, but
I'm fairly sure Dave wants this win. Maybe one of them spent a bit more time in the simulator this week than the other one.
Mayhem also had a bad qualifying last week and having a bit of bad luck at the beginning, so was well down the order.
And there's a lock up there from Dave. He runs a bit wide, dips a bit of a wheel into the gravel. Still must be absolutely treacherous out there, by the way. These guys are tiptoeing around the circuit. You got to really try and, unfortunately, they do say try and stay off the painted lines, but this place,
it's full of them.
So many painted lines, being a perimeter road, not used as a racetrack all year round, there is a lot of white painted lines on this track. Keeping off the curbs obviously helps you out.
This is very strange. I'm now seeing the Ferrari on super soft tyres, but clearly he's not. Some glitch happening here.
That's J19 now. See, I've still got J19 on the wets. Everyone's still on the wets at the moment, Dave. Yeah, I'm just scrolling down the field now. Yeah, everyone's still on the wets. And now I've got my screen back now. We have the leaders back.
A battle for fourth position happening.
Okay.
Pavlin is on the tail of Mike Whiteside, and I think he's...
He's got a bit of a run. He's got a run around the outside. It's a tricky corner. Maybe there's a bit more grip on the outside. He makes it.
They wouldn't want to be side by side going into this chicane.
No. Ironically enough, it's actually called wait, that chicane. It's quite ironic because you actually sometimes have to wait on the first turn there before you get throttled down.
Pavlin had a very good qualifying, so I'm wondering if he had a bit of bad luck in those opening laps, because he's pretty far behind and he's having to work his way back up.
Well, I think the crucial bit of information that we're lacking up here is the weather forecast. It might well be that it was going to dry out like it did. Maybe they've got some information that it's going to dry out, so maybe you'd gamble on your setup a little bit. Maybe you'd stick to your...
Yeah, no, but he qualified in quite a high position, so he must have lost some positions at those opening laps.
I think he got caught up in turn one. There was a little bit of an incident, I think, with the Williams and a Toro Rosso. I couldn't make out which one it was, but yeah, I think there was a little bit of a coming together at the start. A few drivers. And we'll find all that out at the end of the race. In fact, it would be nice. We should maybe get a driver in here who's got a few retirements, I believe. Would you like to have a little word with anyone in particular, Dave?
Yeah, you could speak to Dino actually.
Yeah, because I'd like to find out
about that incident.
Yeah.
Someone else has just come out of the pits. I think Mike has had to pit. So now he's come out just ahead of Breeder, so interesting battle for fifth about to happen.
Well, you might have to give me a second. I'll try and get Dino on the chat. Unfortunately, it takes a little while for us to get the drivers' opinions on these matters.
And yeah, Breeder's almost right up to Mike's gearbox. I think Mike's not enjoying these wet conditions as he was as much as the drive.
Yeah, unfortunately, Dave, it's trying to find him.
Doesn't look like it's getting any drier out there either. The rain is still hammering down.
I've just stuck my hand out the back of the commentary box. The clouds are still quite heavy. It's absolutely torrential rain. It's probably got worse than at the start of the race. I can't see it drying up anytime soon.
I've just been informed by trackside source that Pavlin had a drive-through penalty, which is why he has dropped down the field. I don't know if that's from speeding in the pit lane or a jump start perhaps.
Let's have a little look. I'm not too sure if we get a full rundown of what it was. A jump start, yeah. You got a drive through for a jump start, yeah.
That's unfortunate.
Which is a bit of a shame.
A good qualifying. We're struggling a bit, locking up. McLaren isn't too far far behind this battle in 7th.
I've got a suggestion to you there, Dave. It took a little while to find him on the list, but I got him. Let's get back to the race. So, logistics.
Oh, damn it.
So, just a quick rundown then. We've still got the Mercedes 1-2, is that right? Yeah.
We did.
Out in the lead. Dave 10.25 is now 7 seconds behind. Maybe just pegging the gap a little bit there, maybe hoping these conditions are going to dry up. We've still got 50 laps to go here at Melbourne. Still a long race to go. We've got J19 in 3rd place in the Ferrari, ticking along nicely. 20 seconds now behind the leader, but managing to keep his Ferrari relatively in a straight line, doing a good job. We've got Puppa down in 4th in the Toro Rosso, even with his drive. That's really not good, because now I'm talking to myself.
I think Breeder make it. Oh, what?
Yes.
Have we had a mass disconnect?
We've had a bit of a disconnection with you, but no, everyone else is still good.
Okay, I'm going to try and rejoin. Can't join.
Why? Oh, because there's no drivers.
Oh, hang on a second. This game.
Yeah, it needs to be sorted out, doesn't it? Oh, we got Brian Johnson's gone off. He's 7th. There's no point in me commentating because you're not broadcasting, right?
Well, you know, it'd be like radio.
Well, I can tell you guys, you've still got the Mercedes out there, 1 and 2.
Here we go.
Oh, there you go. You're back. We've had a few incidents while you've been away there. Not too many. Just a couple of drivers running a bit wide. Enjoying a bit more of the Albert Park greenery than they're supposed to. But we're all good. We've got the leader now coming around to finish off.
Ooh, I think 5th and 6th position are fighting.
That's Renault and the McLaren.
Yeah, Breeder is right on his tail again.
Trying to keep the young Dutchman behind him. Renault tends to be getting some good traction from that Renault, so Mike struggling a little bit out there in front. It looks like a bit of traction as well, Dave. Still,
yeah,
I mean,
Mike
struggling
had
out there.
A bit of a gap, so I'm guessing he must have made a mistake.
Yeah, I don't think the track's quite ready at all yet. Still a long way to go.
We did just see a fastest lap though, so Mayhem seems to be getting something out of that car. Maybe just the fuel burning off is helping.
Yeah, probably the fuel coming down, the fact that he's in nice clean air. The Mercedes tends to work much better in clean air, as we know from past races. And the McLaren runs a bit wide there. Yeah. Coming out at 12 and that gives Brett the run down to 13.
He's on the inside. And
Mike's still there. Are they all
side by side?
Room?
Giving each other plenty of space though.
Great respect there from two drivers. Renault just takes the position. Will Mike bide his time, get the car lined up and get him ready to... And Breda runs a bit wide into 14, sorry. It's actually 15 as they come down the straight. Where's Mike? Is he in a good position to get any slipstream? No DRS, don't forget the conditions.
Thing's got to run. Is he going to have a go? Thinks about it.
He showed him a nose just to let him know that he was there.
Behind these guys we've got a fast Mercedes.
Is that the leader coming up? I think it is, yeah.
Mike's
it sure
got another
is.
run.
He thinks better of it. Maybe he might have lost a bit of the front nose. The McLaren certainly looking a little bit of a stronger car through the twisty bits, but Bredda's certainly driving.
Mike's gone a bit wide.
Bredda's certainly driving nicely. Mike pulling over, allowing the leader through. Now, is he going to be smart? Maybe stick with the Mercedes, and then when he gets up to the Renault, knowing that Bredda's going to have to jump out of the way, then maybe capitalise on that.
He's going to have to get a wriggle on.
Now Bredda's going to be getting blue flags anytime soon. Yet again, it is an instruction with the blue flags. It's not a request. You have 3 corners to move your car. Because there's a faster hot shoe on the track who's coming through. And today that hot shoe is Mike Mayhem, absolutely smashing it out here today. Again, there goes the Renault moving out of the way, thank you very much.
I think Mike didn't take the most of that opportunity because he seems to be a couple of seconds down there, which is a bit unfortunate. Dave
1025 in the system Mercedes. He's 11 seconds down the road now. Is there anything you could do here, Dave? Could you maybe anything you could do? Can you pit? Can you maybe what could you do to maybe claw a bit of that deficit back?
At the moment, you've got to just stick with it and just be consistent. I think the track's not drying out, so unless these tyres are really warm, there's nothing you can do from pitting. We're only on lap 11 as well.
Speaking to Paul Hemery before the race today, he was predicting that the wet tyres could possibly do the full stint.
I don't know about
if he was gentle on them, but as I say, I don't know whether he was just saying that to try and keep his job.
Possibly.
Or whether or not there might be a little bit of truth in that. Maybe I think you could probably get a one stop for sure.
I think
we have seen a lot of drivers.
Stop,
yeah, we've seen a lot of drivers pit early, but I don't think that was for tyres. I think that it was probably mainly for body damage.
Ooh, and as does just off the road almost a little bit there.
As a precaution.
Give Mike a bit of an opportunity to catch up.
Certainly will. He's driving nicely in that Renault today.
Just touches the wheel there.
Do you think Mike might be struggling a bit in the conditions now?
I think so. You can see that there's a little bit of oversteer in that car. He did seem a lot more comfortable in the dry, where he was on pole position for half of that session.
Yeah.
But we're not sure if it's going to stay like this. It is at the moment, but I'm not sure by the end of the race.
The McLaren sponsoring looking like it's showing some brand new sponsors on the rear wing today. And that was one of the new features.
Ooh. So some markables taken out by Williams.
Is that Brian?
No, it's Barley. He's on the intermediate tyre, so far as I can see, but sliding about all over the place.
Is that the kind of gamble that you maybe should be taking this stage?
Well, Barley's last and he's 4 minutes off the lead. I think he's probably a couple of laps down, so...
It looks like he's got a puncher, Dave.
He's got nothing to lose.
He's got a puncher on his intermediates there. He's got a rear left puncher. He's coming into the pits now to change them. Probably not a good move, but it's definitely a rear left puncher. I can confirm that as he rolls down pit road. Williams crew fastest in the lane, putting on the wets.
So he must have come into
the intermediates.
They're not working.
It was a driver call. It's too wet out there. If you're struggling in the wets, then the intermediates are going to do you no favours. But hey, it was a chance. You got to take a bit of a gamble. It could have paid off. It could have dried up, and then it'd have been in the pound seats. But he joins now in 8th place.
Now he's nearly 5 minutes off the lead.
So all the way down as Mike Mayhem, our leader, our current leader, comes round. Turn 14. Coming around the last bend, Prost bend. Oh, he's coming into the pits. He's actually coming into the pits. The Mercedes crew readying up. Now, is this going to be another set of wets? It certainly looks like. But it's going on to the intermediate.
Ooh, this is interesting.
Now, this could be a genius stroke.
I don't think it is.
Strategic play there, but
look at it. It has
is
not
this too
dried
early,
up at all.
Dave? Surely?
Yeah, I mean,
too early.
there's not a drying line on the track yet. It's raining.
Now, obviously, we're not out there though. That's the only thing. We're not out there. There goes the McLaren now. I think that's Mike Whiteside. I think does he not take a position there?
No, he was lapped, wasn't he? No. So.
Okay, so he's pretty much Mike's had a pit stop. Mike may have had a pit stop in his pocket, right? Probably that and some. And
the other Mercedes is in as well.
And Dave's left. He's quit. Is that an accident there? Did you miss that?
Possibly. I mean, he could just come into the pits to change the intermediates. Maybe he's disconnected.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking that because I've still got him, the AI car driving around. It's not him driving, it's the AI, because you can tell by the gear change. Okay, well that's very strange. So unfortunately we're only down to
7 drivers.
7 drivers, which is well actually yeah, it is 7 drivers. In very challenging conditions. I think we could possibly call this right now, Dave. Pack our bags and get our plane home.
Well, we're only 14 laps in, so we wouldn't be far enough. It's unfortunate as well that we're down to this many. Considering we have rerun the race.
Yep. And the result is different. I'm fairly sure that the other Mercedes driver will certainly be kicking himself right now, knowing that he had this sewn up last week.
We've got the Ferrari coming into the pits now, and somebody else ahead of him. It would have been interesting to see if he stayed on the wet tyre, if he'd actually made it.
Well, the Ferrari's going on to the intermediates, so it definitely may look like the track's improving. I think that's Brian, is it not in the... Yes, it is. No, it's not. Well, everyone's pitting at the moment. Brian's going back onto a set of wets, but I don't know whether we can believe the screen.
Fair. Well, here comes the Mercedes.
Bredder's still out on wets. Puverland is still out on wets and struggling, but he's coming into the pits now. Puver's coming into the pits now to change tyre.
J19 has got out ahead of... must be Mayhem on the... Is he ahead of him on track? Is Mayhem a lap ahead?
I'm not too sure whether or not Mayhem might have had enough.
That's the AI car, sorry.
Okay, well, we couldn't actually get hold of Dino. Let's see if we can maybe grab a quick word with Dave.
Well, I've just messaged him. I've just messaged him to see if he could rejoin, because his AI car is there, so he should be able to rejoin.
Right. Oh, okay. I'll leave him alone then. Hopefully he'll be able to pick up where he left off. Great new feature of this year's game. But no, it's not going to be possible. So we're now showing then, so it's a Mercedes up front with Mike Mayhem. We've now got J19 in the Ferrari sliding into second place, 38 seconds behind the lead, but in second place nevertheless. And I think that then promotes everyone up the slot. So that puts Bredder up into 4th, so we've got Puther in 4th place. Who's in 3rd? I've got Dave.
Dave is still there.
The AI, okay.
The AI is getting well.
Okay, so therefore that should promote Bredder then up into 3rd, which would be a great result for him. He can keep that. Putherland, sorry. So I'm trying to get a ball with him. He's blocked up really bad, but he's having a ball with him then as well.
Putherland's 4th, but Bredder's just behind him, so yeah, Bredder will get 4th.
They do look like they're struggling out there on the inters. Even though
and Breeder
not as bad as Bredder is with the wets on.
I think it's
okay,
right.
where's that? Is that swap over time then? Do you think that's why they've all pitted? Maybe it's drying out a bit. Maybe the wets have cleaned a little bit of surface water. It looks like Breda's searching for some surface water there. I don't know if that's to try and cool the tyres down and maybe just running a bit wide. But it does seem like he's struggling out there on the full wets. It does look like a bit of a racing line developing there, Dave, as well.
A little bit. It doesn't seem like you'd be struggling that much though in those wets. It's still pretty wet, but I mean Mayhem has just done a 42, so that is definitely improvement on the Inters.
Yeah, well, the Inters are good. They're a good tyre. You know, you can pretty much run them from pretty much a full wet to an almost fairly dry sort of track, and they will hold on.
He's coming in again to change those tyres.
I think it's now time for the Inters. The Renaults are bringing out the green tyre, it looks like. Yep, it's the intermediate. No, it's not. It's a set of super softs. Hang on, sorry. The Renault team are setting put a set of super softs on the car and they're running them out. Now that's crazy, no?
Mike Whiteside is just coming down pit straight. He's going to come out, side by side, just ahead of Breda.
Yeah, this is going to be really interesting. It's crazy. I'm sorry, Breda, it's crazy.
It's definitely still raining. And he looks like he's going sideways.
I mean, you don't know until you're out there, I suppose, but what? That's got to be a mistake.
Oh, he's still on the track. Very slowly, but still on the track. You can hear the rear just spinning.
He has got very little traction out there, might I say. It's like Bambi on ice.
Another fastest lap from Mayhem, so it's definitely Inters.
Yeah, it's definitely the tyre to be on. I mean, yeah, sure, you've got to take a bit of a chance, a bit of a gamble, maybe. But at the risk of crushing your car into the wall, I don't think that's much of a gamble, really.
He is keeping his car on track. It might be tricky, but at least he hasn't spun it right off yet.
I think that's just demonstrating the talents of the driver there more than anything else. I'd certainly be having a word with my engineer at the end of the race. Why am I on these tyres when everyone else is on the Inters? Still a long way to go though, Dave.
Yeah, and if it's gone from wet to Inters, it's likely to go from intermediate to dry. Oh God, Breeder is tiptoeing around this last sector of the track. I bet you he's coming in for a set of Inters.
Yeah, I think he'll have to. Yeah, there's readying up the intermediate tyres we put on the Renault. Now, in the past 10 minutes, the skies have lightened up a little bit. We are getting a little bit of blue sky. This rain, I don't think it's going to last too long. Now, our predictions were what, lap 20? Lap 30, did we say last time?
Well, for a stint, but I mean, most of these drivers have changed tyres, so I think these can last a little while.
I was thinking more about the weather conditions when they switched over from wets to dry. I think we might be in the same sort of window here. It's looking like, I don't think there's too many. This Breda comes out of the pits, mine's out for the leader there.
First thing to do is to keep an eye out for the DRS activation, because when we get that, we'll know we're only a few laps away.
Well, Charlie tends to bring that out, I think, a lap late. If you're on intermediates and you get the DRS is activated or now enabled, then you should already be on the dry tyre a lap before. Very tricky to decide that, obviously, but if you're on the wets or the intermediates and that comes up that the DRS has been enabled, then you pit immediately.
It's definitely around that time, yeah. Just on board with Putherland.
Yeah, now I'm still getting rain really falling. If the rain stops, then maybe it would dry out a lot quicker than we thought, but the cars are behaving themselves a little bit more now. Is that maybe the drivers have got more used to the conditions and getting into the groove. Or is the track improving?
Well, the track must be improving. Obviously, it's burning off the fuel and stuff, but.
Got a lot of warnings out there, you know. We've actually had I think maybe we had a stop-go penalty from Mike Mayhem. Really? Cutting a corner and gaining a place on lap 16, that wasn't that long ago.
That's interesting, because I thought he was in the lead at that point.
Yeah, maybe I've got a bit of a glitch, but judging by the racing incidents there, that tends to be what's going down. So the leader's doing a 1:41.5. I think that's the fastest lap we've had so far. Yeah, J19 is in the 42s.
We're a good 10 to 15 seconds off dry race pace at the moment, aren't we?
Yeah, Pulla's in the 45s. So yeah, we've still got a long way to go yet before them lap times come down. But I don't think the track's nowhere near slick tyres, not for at least another, even if it stops raining now, you've got to give it at least another 7-8 laps for it to dry up enough to go into to slick, sorry. So.
Well, I have a feeling that Dave might have actually rejoined this lobby. That might not be his
I hope so. I hope so, because it would be a shame if that was the case. The only way to tell really is to really listen out. Yeah, that's Dave, he's back.
And he is only 6 seconds behind the Ferrari, so this is one we need to be watching.
Yeah, I'm on board now with that battle. Still nearly 50 seconds down the road from the leader, these two, but there's points make prizes.
Definitely. It's a long season, and I think you need as many points as you can get.
In fact, all drivers are going to score points today, right? Top 10, which is a good start. There's a lesson there for all those who've bailed out or retired out. Sometimes it would be best to hold back a little bit and pick up the points.
You always get incidents there at the first race. I think as we go on through the season, people realise that consistency is very important.
With such a long calendar this year, obviously the longest in Formula 1 history, points at every race are important. There's no point leaving for the weekend knowing that there was points left on the table. It's just,
Mike was an example of the consistency last year. He was never always that quick in a race. People thought that he wasn't going to always win a race, but he finished third.
Allegedly, Dave. Allegedly.
Well, no, he finished third in the championship last season, and that was consistency.
Yeah, no, he'd say it himself. That was all about sticking with it, and
very important.
What's the old saying about to finish first? First you must finish. Never a truer word. We've got a bit of traffic up here now. I'm on board with Dave trying to catch the Ferrari. I've been on board with him for a bit now. And that's Brian Johnson. That's Barley, sorry, in the Williams. He's in last place. Supposed to be getting the blue flags. I can't actually see him back here. Looks like he's on the Inters. Yep, we're all on the Inters at the moment. Everyone's on the Inters.
And he pulls out the way nice and easily.
So on lap 20 then, out of 58, quick rundown again. We've got Mike Mayhem in the Mercedes out in front. Second place is the Ferrari of J19, closely followed by Dave 1025 in the resurgent Mercedes, followed by the Toro Rosso of Putherland and the McLaren of Mike Whiteside in 5th. Breda in 6th in the Renault, Brian in 7th in the Force India, and bringing up the rear we've got Barley 85 in the Williams. So good hats off to all you guys. Another, what, 38 laps to go? Sorry, my maths isn't that great.
Well, we're actually on lap 22 now, so yeah, 36.
36, so fantastic. Not too long to go now. More than halfway.
So we've got a very busy day of racing today in race station, haven't we? After this race, it's the Formula 1 Australian Grand Prix.
I'm hoping that conditions are going to be a little bit more favourable for us.
Yeah,
that day.
me as well. I wonder why.
I'm kind of hoping that the game might work on a bit of a cycle and think, well, we've given quite a lot of wet sessions today. Let's give them a nice dry.
I wouldn't mind intermediates, but those wet conditions look really tricky, very very tricky. But inters maybe to spice it up would be alright.
I'm kind of thinking I might try a bit of bribery with the host to see if he can maybe accidentally put it on clear without knowing.
I doubt that will be possible, I'm afraid. Now look at this, Mercedes is catching right up to the gearbox of the Ferrari.
Yeah, it's just a matter of time now.
Is this going to get spicy?
I hope so, because there's not many battles else to report on that. The leader's just down the road, he's in his own race once again. But no, you're right, Dave. 10:25 has got up the back of the Ferrari down the home straight.
Not quite close enough here though, but see what they're like.
I think he'll get a bit closer around turn 1.
Down to turn 3.
Goes on the AstroTurf, loses a bit of the car. He's held onto that well. Drives it hard now into 3. Jumps on the brakes at the 100-metre board. Doesn't get any lock-up. I think the Ferrari had a bit of a lock-up. Runs a little bit deep. Mercedes got much better traction, it looks like, as he's tends to lose the back of the car. Commentators curse. Just lining up there. He locks up, takes a better line. Takes a good line. Dave's on his gearbox. He pulls out. He makes the move stick.
That was a great
It's a great move. Good move there by the Mercedes driver. Puts him up now to 2nd place. Can he hunt down his teammate? He's a long way down the road, but there's a lot of laps left.
Well, he's technically the better.
It's possible.
Driver in the wet out of those two.
It's possible. He's definitely the man on the move at the moment, is Dave. 10:25.
Also, we've got to remember that these drivers may have to get on the dry tyre at some point, and whoever makes the right call then.
Would Mike Mayhem have the first judgment call on that, being the lead driver out of the two?
They're technically, yeah, but they're 50 seconds apart, so that probably isn't going to influence it. But and also,
I'm sure the Mercedes team boss, he's biting his fingernails right now.
Could be an advantage for Dave, because Mayhem, he's got more to lose. If he comes in first, puts on those tyres, Dave will know before he even gets to the pits if that was right or not.
Yeah. But to be honest, I think we're looking into our crystal balls a bit too much there. It's still really quite heavy rain.
Wet. Yeah, still wet.
Falling. Maybe the rain's eased off a little touch, but it's still coming down quite a bit there.
Yeah, they haven't improved the lap times recently, so
not at all. We're still in the mid to early 40s, 43s, 42s.
Interesting to see if it went back to full wet tomorrow.
Now that would be a scenario that I've not seen that does that starts wet, goes dry, and then goes back to wet again. That would be interesting. Be a nightmare, a complete nightmare, but it would be interesting. But they are struggling still up there on them intermediates. You might be right there, Dave. That might be a bit of a call there.
J19 is struggling a bit.
And we've got Williams now. He's retiring from the race. Now, did he crash that? Did he think there, or did he just bail out? We don't know. We have to have a little check. No, it was DNF. Doesn't tell me.
You may see a carcass of his car.
No, unfortunately, we've got terminal damage on that 21. That must be heartbreaking for the Williams driver to lose the car nearly halfway through, knowing there was good points to be picked up there.
Sorry, Demon, but I see a bit of blue sky.
Do you know, as you've said that the rain is easing off. I'm on board now with the Mercedes, and it doesn't like the rain is certainly stopped, or it's spitting. But I do think we're going to get a crossover. I do believe we're going to get some dry weather. We're going to get some slicks on here, Dave.
Possibly. I mean, could be talking 6, 7, maybe 8 laps. Maybe a bit longer, but...
Well, it's definitely stopped raining. My sandals are definitely a lot drier than they was 10 minutes ago. Now, if you're the leader of the ring, we're looking at maybe this or the next lap to switch over.
Wow, so it's dried up really, yeah, it has. I'm back now, and I'm on the leader, and it's really dried up quickly.
It dried up very quickly.
7 or 8 laps, so this is like 2 laps later, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, they are still getting, there are some corners that are still a little bit like there's some standing water on some of the corners, but most of the way round as the McLaren pulls over to let the leader through, a little bit too much there for my liking. But yeah, I do think we're maybe looking at lap 28, 29, maybe even 30 to go on to the super softs. I'm hoping a lot of these drivers have learnt by their mistake of going on to anything but the super softs after the rain.
It would make sense, but also strategically it kind of stretches your stints out a little bit. Ideally you want to do soft, but yeah, you want that grip from the super softs.
You want that grip from the,
yeah,
just till it completely goes. There is a danger still of the car aquaplaning. You become a complete passenger. Nothing you can do. But I think you know, he's got this well controlled. I think at the front there is. I think we might still have a few more laps under the intermediates. If anyone, maybe out with an outside chance, maybe they could pit, roll the dice. McLaren might right side in 5th place, carrying on, soldiering on.
I would be thinking about options, definitely. Because if you wait a bit too long, then you're really going to be in trouble.
I mean, a lot of these guys that are down, sort of, you know, a couple of minutes behind the leader. I mean, yeah, I'm just, you know, contradicting myself. You've got a lot to lose if you crash it, but you've also got a lot to gain if you get it right. It's very easy for me to sit here in my comfy warm chair to say that. I'm not obviously out on track. And there's still some lock-ups down in that one. I don't think it's... Oh no, we've got Breda exiting the pits. He's on super soft tyres. Is he the first man to blink? I believe the Renault driver.
Well, no, Putherland. It looks like Putherland maybe on the...
Putherland, yep. Puv's come out on the super softs as well, so it's our first 2 runners there. The Ferrari crew are reddering up. They're putting on a set of soft tyres for J19.
So J19 is in the pits.
Slightly longer option.
Did both Mercedes drivers haven't been into the pits yet, so this might give him a chance to. He's definitely going to get the jump on Dave. Let's keep an eye on Dave.
Yeah, Mike's coming around now to turn 13, centre turn. Is he going to dive into the pits? He is. He's pitting. We've got the leader coming into the pits. This is going to be interesting. Do you think it's going to be the super soft, or is it going to be the soft? Or will he maybe put on a bolt on a set of mediums and run to the end? It looks like super soft, Dave.
Did I also see a Renault in the pits? Oh, they're slow. What are they doing?
They're holding him. He's had a stop go.
Oh,
he's had a stop go.
He must have driven.
He must have had a stop go. Well, no, you don't get a stop go for exceeding the pit limit. You get that. You get that for corner cutting. Yeah, you get a drive-through penalty for that. But I've got nothing on my screen there that he's had that. So.
Interesting. Right. Let's see his teammate.
They definitely held him.
His teammate's got a Renault all over the back of him.
Unless they weren't ready for the. Unless they weren't ready. I wouldn't believe that.
They must have been ready because his teammate hadn't been in the pits yet.
Well, he's coming in now. Yeah.
Are they getting ready for him?
He's nearly a minute behind his teammate.
Putherland just sets the fastest lap.
And he's going on. Now that's interesting. They're splitting strategies down at Mercedes. Dave's
still a little
1025
bit slow.
Onto the softs.
GP2 is just coming around the last corner now. I think he's not going to have done enough, which is interesting. Let's see.
I think he might have him. I think he might
have him.
Yeah,
yes, he has.
He's passed him. It's a great bit of strategy work there by the Ferrari team, getting the undercut on the Mercedes. He's also on the soft tyre, so that's really going to cause Dave 1025 some headaches, knowing that the guy in front's on the same tyre. Maybe should have thought, maybe I should have gone on to the super softs now.
Do you think these drivers can do 30 laps?
I don't know about on the soft, but definitely not on the super softs.
No.
It depends how you drive it on the soft, David. You know, if you're as light on the steering wheel as you are, my friend, then maybe. If you're a little bit heavy-handed like myself, then no, definitely not. But without a doubt, the super soft runners are going to have to pit at least one more time.
Let's play him with another fastest lap now.
Obviously, just to remind all those new to F1, once the wet weather tyres have been used, the tyre strategy of having to use a mandatory tyre goes out the window. You can pretty much run what you like. Run what you brung, I think the Americans say. Doesn't quite make sense in English. So there's no real close battles out there. We've got Force India, unfortunately, taking a bit of a spin down at turn 1. He's still on the intermediates now.
Oh, look at that. That's about 8 seconds faster than the last fastest lap. And J19 seems to be bringing this gap down to the leader for some reason.
He does now. I'm on board with the Mercedes. He doesn't seem to have
maybe he had a mistake
or made a mistake. I find that a little bit hard to believe now that the track's.
Do you want to just check his lap times?
Yeah, sure.
It's coming round now, so he's going to do another one.
It may be a tyre issue, maybe.
To be honest, though, that's the sort of pace you'd expect. And there we go. He does a 1:30, so that's more like dry pace.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you're right. His previous lap was a bit shocking. It was a 1:40, but on the super softs. But then to be fair, lap 28 was a 2:03, but I think that was with the pit stop included in that. So
that was
we won't count that.
In the pits,
yeah. And you are right, yeah. Our fastest lap so far is J19, and it's a 1:32 set on the soft.
Well, so Mayhem just came through and did a 1:30 on his lap, on that other lap. So he's found 10 pace one now.
And Dame's in this sort of late to mid 1:30s as well, even though this lap's a lot better.
Really,
so.
now that's interesting because he is on the soft tyre, not the super soft. And there we go, the fastest lap from Dave, 1:30.2. Well, if you can maintain that sort of pace,
well, it's quite possible we could be in for a bit of a spicy finish to this race here, Dave.
Definitely.
It's taken a little while to get there, but it certainly could provide us with a bit of entertainment in the dying stages. Let's hope that rain stays away, though, yeah.
Well, we'll see. We will see.
He's still looking pretty grey out there, that's my worry. I was always told by my mum never to spend too long looking up.
Well, his lap time's just dropping now.
The gap was coming down, but it's actually just gone up again. It seems like the leaders probably was taking a bit of, maybe turned the car down a little bit, saved a bit of fuel.
Possibly. That's something he did in the last race. Saved a lot of fuel to the end.
And why not? When you've got sort of that much lead, there's no point. There's no real point ragging it to the end. I think if you can finish a race in the slowest time, I think that's probably the way forward.
That's what Alain Prost used to say, wasn't it?
I think that's what Alain Prost used to say. Yeah. Great inspiration to me, the great professor.
I just need to go and get my laptop charger.
No problem. So there's really not much action happening on track here. The field's quite spread. Just to run you through our top 8, we've got Mike Mayhem up in first place in the Mercedes, doing really well, flying away. J19 in the Ferrari, brings up most to try and catch him. Followed up by Dave, 1025 in the Sister Merc. Puverland in 4th place in the Toro Rosso. Mike Whiteside doing a fantastic job there in the McLaren. Mike, you keep that going, mate, in 5th place. Followed up by Breda in 6th in the Renault. And we've got Brian Johnson bringing up the rear in the Force India. Hats off to all you guys driving through the wet and sticking with it.
I'm back again.
I just had a little run through the field there, Dave, just to let everyone know what was going on. I think Mike can pretty much taste the champagne.
Well, the main race is for 2nd position, I think, at the moment. Who's going to get it?
Yeah, I just mentioned, you know, it might sound a bit strange considering the past week's activities, but I'm impressed here with Mike Whiteside in the McLaren here. He's doing the team proud. Eric Boulier will certainly be impressed with that drive today.
Oh, and Dave has slammed it into the wall. Coming out of turn 2, he was pushing too hard.
And it looks like he's completely lost his front. Is he going to retire? He's got a puncher on the rear right, and he's lost his complete front nose. That car is going to be absolutely atrocious to drive. Can he make it back?
Well, he was very lucky not to destroy his car, that's all I can say. It was a heavy impact.
Now, see, Puva's not too far down the road here. Now, I'm kind of thinking Puva is going to catch the Mercedes for position.
Yeah, he's about a minute behind at the moment, and Dave's only gone
yeah, it's going to be tight, but you know, Dave's got a pit. He's got a complete new nose, a new tyre. Puva could quite easily jump on the podium here, Dave. We've had a retirement from the Force India. After so long, what a gruelling way to finish your race. Was that an accident or something you didn't catch? I don't know, but that's promoted nobody, unfortunately. Now we've got Breda now. He's very strangely, there's that Breda just got position there. Surely not, he's lapping. I'm getting a bit confused, Dave. I'm sorry, you might have to help me out. I've got Dave 1025 crawling back to the pits.
Oh, and he's really pushing it.
Yep. Now he's still in 3rd place. He's corner cutting like crazy. Why are you doing that? You're making the cars worse to drive.
I think he's just trying to keep it on track, but yeah, he's actually he is corner cutting.
No, he's corner cutting. Now that isn't. Yeah, come on, Dave. That's not very good. You've taken out marker boards and you're out of the race.
And he's now taking his car
now,
out of the race.
I'm sorry. I know I'm only a commentator, but that was stupid. You're cutting the corners and you're getting more dirt on your tyres. You're in 2nd place, 3rd place, quite easily on the podium, lots of points there, and you just pretty much ruined it for yourself.
That was, yeah.
I know that might be harsh, and to be fair, I think it was a little bit dangerous as well, cutting the corners while there was other cars coming by him. I can appreciate the car was in not the best condition, but I think the stewards will certainly be having a word with that after the race. It's not quite how we like to do things here in the league. Sorry.
And I think
in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I think I've got audio issues because I was on board with him. But Pavelin now does have that 3rd position.
Yep. So the Toro Rosso will be smiling at that retirement. Certainly he'll be tasting the champagne today.
And that also promotes Mike up to will be 4th position.
Up to 4th, yes, great haul of points there for the McLaren driver. It's fantastic way to start the season.
And Breda in 5th. So yeah, only 5 drivers left on track now.
I can't, I'm sorry, I'm not going to go on about it. I can't understand why you drive like that. Sorry.
I think he was maybe just panicking, trying to get back. I'm sure people will be looking at it later though. But he just was, clearly trying to get back as quick as he could.
Well, I think we could do with a word there, couldn't we, Dave? No?
We can, we'll have a chat to him later.
I've got a yo. I don't know what yo's about. Yo. So you join us lap 35 out of 58. From our horrible start to this wet race, it's dried out very nicely now here at Albert Park in sunny Melbourne, Australia. We've got the Mercedes driver of Mike Mayhem. If you remember right, he was really dominant in the test race at Catalonia 3 or 4 weeks ago. Showed his class in that race, and today once again demonstrating keeping his head while all those around him was losing theirs. We've got the Ferrari of J19, quite a quiet driver is young Jay, driving really well today, second place, keeping that Ferrari nicely on track on the soft tyres. Just a walk in the park for him from here on in. We've got third place Putherland in the Toro Rossa.
I've had a line from one of our drivers, Barley, apologising to everyone else, but apparently one of his little ones grabbed his pad while he was racing and forced him to crash, which is a bit unfortunate for him.
That's a bit of a shame.
Sorry if he caused anyone any issue.
Yeah, thankfully I've not got any infants around me when I race, thankfully. Maybe sometimes I'm an infant myself. But yeah, that's certainly a bad way to go out of a race. Now, I think that's Puther coming up to lap the McLaren there. There's a lot of debris down the main straight here, Dave. Maybe they're going to get some marshals out there with a broom, maybe. Wouldn't be too bad of an idea.
Well, unfortunately, this virtual safety car is disabled, so I doubt they'll be allowed to do that.
Well, come on, the marshals here, they're Australian, they don't worry about that stuff.
Well, we had all the controversy in Malaysia, not Malaysia, in Singapore, with marshals on the track. I don't think the FIA wants to repeat that faux pas. It was rather amusing.
The best one for me, I think, was Canada, the guy who slipped up in front of, I think it was one of the Saubers I was playing one year. I think when Nick Heidfeld binned his Lotus down the turn 4. Yes, well, hats off to the marshals, you know, they do it for nothing, bless them. And without them, we couldn't go racing.
No.
Now, talking of the racing, there's not many on-track battles we can get too enthusiastic about at the moment. A dominant drive by Mike Mayhem. Now, quite an interesting fact today I found out, Dave, really. I didn't know that many corners around this circuit are actually named after racing drivers.
Well,
I knew that obviously...
you were saying it earlier, and it seemed, most of them are, aren't they? There's Senna, Surtees, is there?
Yeah.
Is there a Prost?
No, there is a Prost, yeah. The last turn is Prost. I find it quite ironic that maybe the hardest corner on the track is Senna, which is the tricky, tight left-hander, second to last corner. Obviously, turn one and two is obviously Jones and Brabham.
Of course.
I think the most
Is
two
there
most
a Webber
famous Aussies.
or Ricciardo?
Unfortunately, you know what? There's not, which I'm fairly sure they should have maybe. I think they maybe need to rename a few of the turns because. I mean, after the Clark chicane, you've got Fittipaldi in there. Well, you know, Fittipaldi won the Drivers' Championship in 1974, which was currently the year I was born. So I don't really think he deserves his name on the.
That's interesting because he wouldn't have actually raced on this actual circuit, right?
Well, exactly. Yeah, well, the first race was run here back in '96. So. What relevance that is, but then you know there's Marina Turn and there's Lauder Turn and Albert Road and a few others. I mean, don't they also run the V8 supercars?
They do, yes.
So I'm fairly sure that's you know there's a couple of names on here like Whitesford and Helios I've never heard of. And Wait, maybe Wait, and maybe that's the V8 guys.
Well, we're on lap 40 now, so 18 to go.
18 to go, and we've still got a Mercedes, Ferrari, Toro Rosso currently on the podium. Now we've got Mike Whiteside here in 4th place. Is he catching Puva for position here, or? Oh,
I don't know. Let's have a look.
Has Puva, or has Puva just lapped him?
Ahead. Yeah, Mike's.
But he's going to get DRS. The McLaren's got DRS here down the back straight. Nothing to say you can't unlap yourself. Maybe, I don't know.
No, he is a lap down, but Breeder just behind Mike is on the same lap as Mike. So.
Mike's gone a bit wide. Oh, he's
held it. He's held it. But we've got a battle on here for 4th position.
That's great driving there.
I wonder if these guys have pitted at all recently. What their tyres are like.
Yes, we can have a little look at. I can have a little look for you at the laps.
But yeah, Breeder's right on Mike's tail now.
So let's see. So 25.
We're nearly side by side.
Sorry, you keep on reaction there.
And there's a bit of contact there.
There was a bump. So yeah, they're both on the same tyres, both pitted on sort of lap 25, 26 of the super soft tyres. Mike Breeder, sorry, he's slightly quicker, or been slightly quicker than Mike over the past couple of laps, but not by much.
These tyres are probably getting a bit tired now, starting to give up the ghost.
Was that a bump there? Did you see, Vern? I saw a distinct bump.
Vern?
On the rear there. Sorry, Dave. Sorry, mate.
It was Brady just he locked his brakes up as they're going into chicane on those brakes a little bit late.
There's no damage on the front of that Renault,
think so. It seems to be all right.
And there doesn't seem to be any damage to the back of the McLaren, which is good. But now these soft runners, as I said, they pitted on lap 25, 26. So we're now getting to the point, maybe in the next 3 or 4 laps, we're going to need to see some soft tyres going on, or another set of super softs.
Soon, I mean, if they've done 12, they'll need to do another probably 3 or 4 laps, because they pit too early, then again they'll be in the same position at the end of the race, and the tyres are just going off. Although they could put a set of softs on now, if they wanted to.
So would you eke these out maybe another couple of laps, just so you're comfortable, and then go back on the super softs?
It's an interesting question, actually. I mean, this isn't the best race tyre.
No, it's not, but is it maybe the faster? It's the faster tyre, even though it might not be the best race tyre.
It's the faster tyre, but it just doesn't hold on for very long. And I mean, these stints are going to be 14, 15 laps each. It's quite a long way on these tyres.
Just to explain to those who don't get that, obviously the super soft tyre is a faster tyre over a single lap, but will degrade quicker. Therefore, you become slower and slower. Whereas the soft tyre will maybe hold its peak range a bit longer. Therefore, and we got a Renault. Sorry, we got a Renault into the pits.
Well, let's see what he's.
Is it going to be a soft? What would you do, Dave? What's your money on?
He's got another 18 laps, he needs to do the soft tyre.
It is super softs. He's
going
to roll the dice.
That's interesting.
He's a gambler, that boy. I'd like to go to the casino with Breda. If he didn't take so long with his smoke breaks, maybe I would.
Now, if I was Mike, I would probably either pit now for a set of soft tyres, or I would just hold on a bit and then do super softs in a couple of laps, because he's going to struggle at the end of the race. He'll get
Mike's doing another lap. Mike, the lady's doing another lap. He's got, he's got all the time in the world really to do. I mean, he could probably put on a set of inters and still win this race. But I think for optimal strategy, he'll probably go on the softs, turn down the engine and just drive it home.
Oh, Mayhem can do what he wants. I was thinking what Whiteside might be thinking right now.
Well, I'm kind of... Mike Whiteside's probably thinking that he needs to get Puthers, doesn't he, really? Puthers is target man.
No, Putherland's a lap ahead of him. I don't think he's going to be able to catch Putherland. I think he's about 2 and a bit. Well,
so is he? So Mike Whiteside's just going to be looking to try and just peg the gap a bit more to Breda then.
He needs to. Yeah, he's racing Breeder.
Yeah.
Breeder's going to get an undercut on him, and he's going to be ahead of him if he gets a good lap. But his tyre strategy is not really that good at the moment.
Well, I think we're going to be seeing the Toro Rossos anytime soon, and I'm fairly sure the Mercedes crew look like they're certainly getting some tyres ready. Now, there's only one driver left in the race, so I'm assuming it's a Mike.
You say there's the McLaren pit stop on?
The McLaren, the Mercedes team are out, but the McLaren has been in and out, and he's gone back on the super soft. Sorry, Dave.
And he's maintained his position though, so Breeder did not get an undercut. So he didn't have a very good outlap. In fact, he's dropped quite far behind.
Which is strange. Maybe them tyres. He's locking up a lot on them tyres.
He is, yeah. He must have had.
And they were. Maybe they must have been a fresh set because of the rain.
Exactly. So. Well, what was qualifying? It was dry, wasn't it?
Yeah, but even so, you still get a fresh set of tyres for the race. You don't. Yeah, you don't think you can go back to them if you'd want to. I don't know. Maybe he's just struggling out there with a little bit at the moment.
Well, he's got a lot of work to do to get this 5th place, but well, to be honest, both of these drivers are going to have. Will be feeling a lack of grip at the end of the race.
Yeah, it'll certainly come down to the last handful of laps. Who's made the best work of the tyres. But yeah, definitely the Renault driver now. Definitely, you can see the rear end of that McLaren as they come round Senna. Now round Prost. Down that home straight. I was on board with Breda there. Sorry about that, Dave.
Sorry.
I think he's
it's just cycling through everyone else. Pavlin's just got.
Now another thing I wanted to ask quickly was this: the ERS system on these cars. When they're charging up their batteries. Is that down to a fuel mode when you get the rain light come on and off?
It's an engine setting, yeah. I mean, you see the rain light coming on, and that shows you that it's harvesting.
Okay, so does that mean that the driver's selected maybe like a lower fuel mode then for that to do that?
I don't know if it's linked to the fuel mode on this, but in theory, in real F1, they do have settings. So you can have maximum power deployment or maximum harvesting or kind of neutral, depending on what phase you're doing, if it's qualifying, whatever.
Do you think they optimise that in this for us then? They kind of do it for us automatically? Or?
To be honest, I don't think they've included any form of harvesting in this game. I think you just have a lean, rich and standard. Your car goes a little bit faster, but I don't think it's so complex.
I do remember that last year somebody used to tell me don't always run your lap in rich. If you can, try and just do rich down the straight, and then when you put it in standard, it's actually you're using a bit more of your ERS. rather than in Rich, it burns out too quickly.
Yeah, I used to find some. I always thought that my engine would overheat a bit because if I kept it in Rich, you would see the engine getting a bit hot, and then it would say you were down on power. So I would just used to only use Rich on the straight.
Is that sorry, just to cut you there. With Renault unlapping himself there, I do believe that Puverland's struggling. Puverland definitely struggled there, and he let at least two
yeah, you're right.
laps cars through.
These guys are lapped, but he's behind them now. Again, Breeder's catching up to Mike. So this is an interesting little battle to watch. Is Puverland going to want to try and lap these guys again, or?
I'm not. I mean, I don't know. Surely, if you just let them go by because you went off, would you then maybe just sit behind them? Maybe, I don't know.
Possibly, although I mean, these guys are probably going to get some blue flags at some point. In fact, they are. Blue flags are showing, so technically they're going to have to pull over. And yeah, it looks like Puverland is pushing.
Yeah.
But then he's a racing driver, so...
Of course, yeah, of course.
Oh, Breeder's a little bit wide then, and I think Puverland's going to get by.
Yep, he's going to get DRS as well, to help him out. And is Breeder going to be nice?
Yeah, there we go.
Well done, Breeder. Good driving, mate. Superb.
In fact, he does it with minimal time loss there.
That's exactly how you do it.
Yeah.
I mean, that if anything, that is textbook how to let laps car through. Not lose any time yourself. Don't hold him up in any way. A lot of people say that, you know, maybe you shouldn't jump out of the way so
oh no, definitely
easily.
You definitely have to just do it in a convenient place, because it has to be convenient for the person overtaking you as well.
Yeah. He's got a bit wide there, pushing.
He really is, isn't he? He's struggling.
See,
and Breeder's back again.
He's not going to let go of that position. He's do or die with the young Dutchman.
But Breeder cannot let up too much because he's trying to chase Mike. I think Mike's already looking in his mirrors thinking, you know, you guys keep at it for a bit.
Yeah, I forget they put us from Holland as well, so we've got the two Dutch guys here battling it out.
Not for position.
It's not really for position, but maybe for a little bit of, you know, bit of honours.
No blue flags there, so... Oh, no,
he's going to be getting them here.
I think
there we go. There's
Breeder is definitely catching Mike though.
Mike tends to be struggling a little bit on his tyres, if I'm honest.
No, I'm sure Breeder is going to do it again. Just pull over here. Puverland's a bit further behind though, so maybe after the next one.
Yeah,
and we've got
blue
Ferrari
flags
in the coming up the pits there.
Oh, right, okay, so he's gone on to the super softs, so maybe the option to go on to the soft and run a longer stint didn't quite work out. You know, he's going to do what now, 11 laps on these tyres? It's easily done. He can run at full pace for those whole 11 laps as well. So it could be quite a good call there, but he's dropped a further 20 seconds behind the leader.
How did the Ferrari already come in though? He'd only been in once, hadn't he?
Yeah, he'd come in and gone on to the soft tyre when everyone else was coming in and going on to the super soft. But he'd done a good stint. He made him last a long time. Let's just have a little look when he did actually change to them, because that would be quite interesting to know. So he come in for the super soft, for the soft tyre after the intermediates on lap 27, and he made them last right up until lap 45. So that's 18 laps, is that so? 69 laps isn't very good. 46.
So we've got
20,
Puverland about to
18 laps on them.
We've got Ferrari going to overtake this Renault here, which he does. Breeder gets right out of the way.
Yeah.
So, and I think Mike has let the other guy past as well.
Yep.
So yeah, and oh look, they had 5 cars in one shot then. We've also got Mayhem.
Yep, we've got that. Now this isn't for position here, is it?
This is
like right side and puffer.
A bit of lag going on there. No, this isn't for position, but we have got Breeder trying to race Mike for position, but at the moment they're just getting out of the way of everyone else. I have a feeling though that come the end of this race, these two are going to be fighting. We still have 12 laps to go though, and they've already done a handful of laps on these tyres. So
I'm on board with I'm on board with Breeder at the moment. And like I say, yeah, do you think he's going to maybe use a little bit of the Ferrari up front as a means and ways to get closer to?
He is, isn't he? Although the Ferrari's lagging, so you don't want to get too close to that car. But
yeah,
he's pulling him along, and Mike's just there.
Is it lag or is it? Yeah, maybe it's a bit of lag. Oh, see, yeah, you're right. It's a bit of lag there. Not ideal. He can be smart here, he knows that the blue flags are going to be waving. There they go, he pulls over, he's got DRS Breeder, so that gives him a good run, at least another 20 kilometres more down the straight, and he also will get a double DRS after turn 2 activation now, and he gets another little burst coming down to 3. Look for the 100-metre marker board, there it is, turns the car in, that gets a great exit there. He's right on the back of the McLaren now. Just keep your cool now, Breeder, keep your cool. There's not much you can do around this first sector. Just sit in position. Oh, we got Puther in the Rossa, getting a little bit in the way of these two fighting. That won't please the Toro Rossa driver, letting them two battling through, but the McLaren locks up, the Renault locks up. Get now onto the back straight. Tricky
Breeder
turn.
probably doesn't want to be getting out of the way right now because he's right on his gearbox.
Let's go around with the tricky chicane. Splats out. Oh, no, don't get on the grass there. Oh.
He's lost out. He might have to get out of the way now. Pavela's right there, and he does.
Yeah, he does. It's a smart move. Now. Stick with the Toro Rosso. Stick with the Toro Rosso now. Just stick on his gearbox all the way around. Not too much, Brady. Come on. Stick on it. Don't get on top of it now. Just stick with him.
I wonder if Pablo's going to hit anytime soon.
I don't know. Do you think he might? Well,
possibly. But look, there's Mike out of the way now, and Breeder's going to have a right good run.
I mean, there's now 10 laps to go. So, I mean, these super soft tyres are good for 10 laps. Anything more than that, you're going to be falling off a cliff by the end of the race. So.
Yeah, and these guys had to do like, what, 17?
And they're battling now as well, which is creating more heat into the tyres. I mean, they're probably screaming out to be changed right now, but they've got another 10 laps. Is it worth maybe Mike or Breeder pitting quickly now and sticking on a set of super softs? And
it's like, it's very difficult, isn't it? I mean, it probably is, but then at the same time you've got to think you need to make that time up, so you need to be certain that the other driver is going to be dropping off the cliff. We've got the Mercedes here about to start lapping these guys.
Yeah.
Breeder's dropped
off
a bit.
The dilemma there is obviously you don't want to pit because you lose all the pit stop time, but then you might gain it if the other driver's tyres degrade so much that they go off the road.
It is a bit of a gamble because that driver, I mean, they might wear off, but they might not fall off a cliff.
Yeah, Seen quite a few punches today, right? 2 punches I've seen today, I believe. Yeah. Right? One on the intermediate and one on the wet, I believe. I didn't really put down the Albert Park as a car wrecker, but today's certainly cost the teams quite a few grand.
It's still it's a street track, and I think most of these punches are caused by drivers tapping the barrier or slapping the barrier.
Come on, Dave, let's not beat around the bush. Smashing into the barrier.
In some instances,
yeah. I mean, these cars are designed to be really strong at certain points, but they're not very good side on, unfortunately.
Head on.
Well, you know, you're protected as a driver by the crash structure, but yeah, it doesn't do your racing too many favours. You lose a wing and it's all over. I'm still on board here with the Renault driver.
Yeah,
Looks
me
like
too.
he's backed off a little bit. Do you think he might be saving a bit of fuel, maybe mount another attack?
Possibly. I mean, he has dropped off a little bit, but again, we've got Mike is going to be overtaken by this Mercedes driver, so he wants to be ready to you know, take advantage of that.
Dive out of the way, yeah.
And possibly even get a bit of DRS here.
No, he's pulling over.
There's Mike.
He's pulling over. Why is he pulling over so much?
Ooh.
Yeah, he's pulled right over. What happened? Does he run out of juice?
To Mike? Surely not.
He's got a puncture. No, he's got a puncture. Rear left.
No, is it just blown?
Got a puncture. I think we've got a delamination.
We didn't see any. We did not see any.
There was no contact. That's got to be tyre wear.
Well, he's only done about 10 or 11 laps. This is amazing.
Now why he's got his DRS open, I don't know, but he's got a puncture.
And that's the worst place you want to get a puncture, just after the pit entry.
Yeah, it looks like he got it coming out of Prost. Obviously the tyres are well loaded up there. Maybe he caught the curb, or he might have even tapped the barrier coming out of Prost. It's possible we never saw that. Maybe.
Well, that is just absolute rotten luck for Mike.
Yeah. The McLaren team are going to be really disappointed with that, but I think, to be honest with you, the only guy who's going to be really happy and smiling about that incident is going to be Breda in the Renault. It's promoted him up into 4th place. Now, is that a warning sign for Breda? Do you know? Well, maybe the team have been on the radio and told him, look, you know, the McLaren's tyres are gone, it's time to pit, mate.
If I was Breda, I would pit now, because you've got nothing to lose, and you're going to have to pit anyway.
You need to protect, you need to protect
your
position
now,
for the last.
He will be well ahead of Mike, so
yeah,
pits, fresh set of tyres, 8 laps to go.
which he does. A smart move there by Breda. Slows down the car a little bit too much, but he slows it down.
Now,
gets it into the pit lane.
I wonder if he's going to come in for another set of tyres.
There's a fresh set of super softs there for the Renault.
J19 is on the super softs now and going pretty quickly.
That's a bit soul destroying there for Mike Whiteside in the McLaren. Heart goes out to him. There's 4 laps to the end and you get a blown tyre. It's not good. It's really I kind of, you make your own luck in this world, but that's it's unfortunate. It's really unfortunate. Oh, and he slides it round trying to get it into the pit. Come on, Mike, now. Get it into the pit, mate. Let's get some new tyres on it. Stay in it. Come on. Pit crew ready now with a fresh set of super softs. Luckily, the tyres stuck together and not completely ripped the body apart.
Yeah, any damage on that rear wing and that would be terminal.
That'd be good if they put that in, they wouldn't it?
Weird, but flailing around, that would be awesome.
Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah. And they pit now.
Oh, and it's
soft tyres going on the car. Alright, well, that's a smart move. 8 laps to go.
Just to be sure, I suppose.
Positions pretty much, there's no one else around him that can challenge him for that, so. Now, why is Breda in 5th place? How's he not?
Oh, this is just this little glitch, so it will all reset itself.
No, he's not pitting either, Breda. His tyres must be in pretty good condition.
I think he did, didn't he? As soon as...
Oh, he went into the super
on the previous lap, yeah.
Yep. So that's Puverland, and that should be Mike, I believe. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Mike in 1st. There's Puffer just behind him in 3rd. J19 in 2nd. Breeder to the bone in 4th, and Mike Whiteside in 5th. I think these drivers have done very well today. It's been a tough race, hasn't it? With these conditions, this lighting.
The rain is, the rain at the start's always a killer, I think.
Quite
so
a few
a bit of a killer. Which is a shame, because, you know...
Mayhem is off the track now.
There was some points
boxing.
there.
He's only got 3 laps left, but he's pitting. Interesting.
Yeah, I can't see... Oh, he's got a puncture, Dave.
He has, at the front left.
Yeah, front left.
Now, really interesting.
Are these tyres going off? Are these going off? Are we not catching incidents or what? Because that's...
I don't think, again, there was any contact. No, there wasn't any contact.
Maybe my strategy of super soft ain't going to work. Maybe I need to rethink my strategy.
Yeah, I don't think they're the optimal race tyre, are they? They don't like being pushed in the race. He's still in the lead, obviously. He had a minute advantage, but I bet he had a bit of a brown pants moment there, as BK would say.
Yeah, sure, yeah. I think we all would have had one of them. But it's unusual that it was the front left, because it's
he's quick through these high-speed corners, so he's clearly loading up those fronts.
Yeah, I mean it is a front limited circuit, I believe.
Depends on how you set up the car. I mean, you can get a nice balance, so you've got good front and rear tyre wear, but if you've got bad traction...
Hold on a moment, let me get my notepad out a minute. And what exactly are your car setups here?
Well, it depends on your traction, basically. If you're sliding around the car at the rear, you're going to get worse rear tyre wear. But if you've got a nice pointy car, you're probably going to be burning your fronts up a bit more.
Yeah. And what do you prefer?
Well, ideally I like a nice balanced tyre wear, which means my car's working well. We can't always get that.
I've been told by other people who have tried my car setups that I like it's quite understeery.
Sorry, Mike is back in the pits.
He's pitting again.
I bet you this is a drive-through penalty. Yeah.
For speeding the first time round. Yeah, there's no mechanics out, so yeah, it must have been for the
J19.
For the puncher.
J19 is 49 seconds behind him on the back straight. Not quite close enough, but it's not ideal for Mikey.
Not to start the penultimate lap.
No.
Not the best way to start your penultimate lap.
And he's in there.
Turn 2.
Does he want to win this race?
Is he, slowing up to make it a bit interesting? That's great for us. If you want to slow up by about a minute, Mike, that'd be great. But
well, it's an early race for these guys, so it's not too late yet.
The start time might have been early, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you're not going to be tired after doing 58 laps.
That's very true.
Personally, I'm hoping that the fatigue might set in with you a bit later, Dave.
Well,
after
right now I don't feel too bad, which is all right.
No.
But yeah, you never know. We've got a long evening ahead of us.
Yes, indeed.
But it's always good to watch a race because you get the lowdown, see what the tyres are doing, have a look at the strategy, and
yep.
You can always get a few pointers.
As much as it's been lovely having you in the commentary box, and thanks again for inviting me today, Dave. I have solely missed Vern today.
Oh well, he's having a few PlayStation issues, so he's worried that he won't be able to stay around for the race. But hopefully that.
But it's been very nice. I've got to be honest. I was thinking about spending a bit more time with the family this week, but.
Well, no, let's do some gaming instead.
I've got to be honest, I do enjoy watching these guys.
It's great, and it's really good if you keep watching it over a season. You watch the battles kind of play out throughout the season, and into team battles and stuff. In
a silly sort of way, I'm actually more familiar about how these guys drive than people in our league. Just a bit weird.
Well, no, because you can see all these guys on track, so we're watching all the battles. But if you're on track yourself, you can only see what's going on around you. So
yeah.
Oh.
But no, we've certainly learnt some. We've certainly learnt that the super soft tyres will let go on you if you push them. Yeah, are liable to puncture, so that's good.
Paul Hembry is probably sweating a little bit.
So I'm sorry to. This is it then. Dave. We're coming up. We're on the last lap now. Our leader.
He's in sector 3.
Coming round to Ascari. Comes through now. Cruising it home. I'm sure the engine's turned down to nothing. Comes through Senna for the very last time. Last bend. Comes through Prost. Is he gonna do a little dip to the line?
No, he takes it
no,
straight.
It's not. But it's a great win there by Mike Mayhem.
Look at
Fantastic.
that. Fastest lap. He definitely wasn't turned down in the engine mode.
No. There you go. Another Murrayism by Demon. Well done, mate.
J19.
Fastest lap.
32 seconds behind in the end, so...
Which was, you know, to be honest, it was a minute when I watched last, so obviously the drive-through that Mike Mayhem got and a few other issues, he's got some...
Well, the puncher as well, yeah.
Yeah, so it was only really a pit stop. It's not, you know, a dominated drive, but still only at the end of pit stop.
And he
but
was...
well done there. Good points, Jay.
He qualified third, I think, didn't he? So, yeah, very good points.
Great drive, Jay. Great drive, mate.
And Putherland...
Now, we just watched Puther.
He'll be very happy with this result.
He'll be ecstatic with a podium on his first race. He's weaving around. Is that a bit of victory weaving? He's enjoying that.
I thought that was oversteer.
Well done.
I thought he was going into the barrier.
Great fair place there. Great fair place for the young Dutchman. It's thoroughly deserved. Well done, Puv. Personal friend of mine is the Puver. And we got Mike Whiteside now in the McLaren 5th place, bringing home some well-deserved points for the McLaren team.
An unlucky fifth place though with that puncher to deny him a 4th, but still very good points.
I'm fairly sure he'll be happy with that result. And there we are, ladies and gentlemen. That is the first race of the GP2 race station season completed again. Hopefully that'll be that. Even though that's very strange. Can you have a look at Mike Mayhem's penalty times there? I've got +1 times 4,000 something, 42,000. That can't be right. That'd surely put him at the back of the grid in Abu Dhabi. But anyway, great win. Well done.
Yeah, strange one, but he still takes the win, so it hasn't affected him. And actually, it doesn't look like J19 was any closer with the adjusted penalties, so strange. But anyway, guys, we'll be back in about 10 minutes, and you can watch me have a go at this.
Oh, damn.
Thanks for watching.
Yep, good luck. It would be nice to maybe have an interview with Mike at the end, but hey.
Yeah, but I just want to get ready. Go and eat something quickly. I'm going to just jump in the lobby. Hey guys, well done for sticking around and racing there. Unlucky with the punches, there's quite a few of them. Yeah, on the straight, that was one unlucky. Well, if you want to set up a lobby, Mike, that'd be great. I'm just going to go and quickly grab something to eat and have a quick toilet break. I'm also resetting my router because I disconnected twice. So. Yeah, cool.